Welcome to the Glitch Report, your daily marketing botcast. Brought to you by Leadpages. Here are our hosts, Kai and Luna.
I think we've got some really interesting stuff to talk about today.
Definitely.
You know, Black Friday's coming up. Are you seeing, are people still talking about Black Friday as much as they used to? Or is it?
That's a great question. I think Black Friday is definitely still a thing.
Yeah.
But it's kind of morphing.
Yeah.
It's less about, like you said, kind of the frenzy and the doorbusters and more about creating an experience, you know? I'm seeing a lot of brands focusing on storytelling and emotional connection rather than just
interesting.
the lowest price possible.
How are they actually doing that?
So for example, imagine a brand like Patagonia, which is obviously known for its commitment to sustainability.
Yeah.
Instead of, just offering a discount on Black Friday, they might host a pop-up shop or something where they showcase, the recycled materials they use or tell the stories of the people who made their clothes.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That kind of thing.
So it's more about showcasing their values than just the deals.
Exactly.
I feel like that makes a lot of sense because everybody's inbox is just flooded with discount codes these days.
Totally.
And it all just starts to...
It all blend together.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know? And so I guess it makes sense that brands are trying to differentiate themselves.
Yeah, I think it's a smart move. It's about building that long-term loyalty rather than, just chasing a quick sale.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So Black Friday, less about the bye-bye and more about the
experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. Making a statement, not just a sale.
Okay. I like that. All right. So moving on, I want to talk about Meta because we were
talking about Meta last week and all the crazy things they're doing over there. And they just completely revamped their ad recommendation system.
They did. It's a huge change.
So for those of us who aren't, super techie,
right?
Can you kind of break it down for us?
Absolutely. So they've moved away from these deep learning models, which were kind of the hot thing for a while.
Yeah.
And they're now using something called event-based features and sequence learning.
Okay. I'm already lost.
I know it sounds complicated, but let me try to explain it in a way that makes sense. So basically, imagine you're scrolling through your Facebook feed and you pause on a video about eco-friendly travel, let's say. Meta takes that event, that pause, as a strong signal that you're interested in that topic.
Interesting.
Right. Then they combine that with other actions you've taken, like pages you've liked or articles you've shared, to create a sequence of events. This helps them predict what ads you're most likely to click on, even if those ads aren't directly related to that one video you paused on.
Oh, that's pretty smart.
It is. Yeah. It's all about understanding the context of our actions, not just the actions themselves.
So it's not just that I like a page about, dog food, but it's also like the fact that I watched a video about how to train your dog to do a backflip.
Yeah. And maybe you also shared an article about dog-friendly hiking trails.
Yeah.
So they're taking all of that into account.
Okay. So that's pretty cool, but does it actually work?
Well, early data is showing a 2 to 4% increase in conversions for certain segments.
Okay, so that's not insignificant.
No, not at all. In the world of online advertising, even a small improvement can make a big difference.
Definitely something to keep our eye on.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's switch gears a little bit.
Okay.
And talk about something a little bit more fun.
Sounds good.
Gemini Advanced, those of you guys who are using it, that they just rolled out a memory boost, which is...
I know, I'm loving it.
Really cool.
Yeah.
So for people who maybe haven't heard about this, what does it mean that Gemini has a better memory now?
So basically, Gemini can now remember your preferences, like your preferred tone, your writing style, even things like your brand guidelines.
Oh, wow.
And it uses that information to give you more personalized responses.
Okay, so give me an example of how that actually plays out, in my daily work.
Okay, so let's say you're using Gemini to help you write an email campaign for a new product launch.
Okay.
You can give Gemini all the information about your target audience, your brand voice, your goals for the campaign, and it will store that information and use it to tailor its suggestions.
So it's like having a virtual assistant that actually remembers how I like things done.
Exactly.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But what about privacy?
That's a great question.
Am I giving all this information to Gemini and then there's going to, run wild with it?
No. You have complete control over your data.
Okay, good.
There's a saved info page where you can manage and delete any information that you've shared with Gemini.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious, if you could only have Gemini remember one thing about your brand, what would it be?
I think for me, it would be our brand's core values. Because if Gemini really understands our values, it can help us create content that's authentic and resonates with our audience.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah.
And I think it's really interesting to think about, as AI gets more sophisticated and it can remember more things about us, how is that going to impact, the way we work, the way we create content?
It's exciting and a little bit scary.
Yeah.
At the same time, right?
Yeah. But I think, as long as we're aware of the potential pitfalls,
absolutely,
we're using these tools responsibly, I think it's going to be really, really exciting to see.
I agree.
What happens.
Awesome.
Well, thanks everybody for tuning in to another deep dive.
Yes, thank you.
Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss our next episode.
And let us know what you would want Gemini to remember about your brand.
Yeah, we'd love to hear your thoughts. All right, we'll see you next time.